The Gedungan Mangosteen Nature Reserve is located in Puncu District, Kediri Regency, East Java Province. Residents around the Manggis Gedungan Ca area know this area as a Simpenan or pad for savings. Over time, a macadam road was formed across the area, until it was asphalted in the 1980s. From year to year, the number of vehicles that cross the asphalt road is increasing, from train/sicker, bicycles, to motorcycles, cars, buses, trucks, to rapid trains. Aside from being a transportation route, the asphalt road in Manggis Gedungan Ca is a tourist location for people who want to feed the long-tailed monkeys. The asphalt road that divides the Manggis Gedungan Ca area has resulted in habitat fragmentation, the emergence of road stubs and the introduction of foreign species such as Peyton, Tithonia diversifolia, and Kager, Alocasia sp. Research conducted by UGM students in 2007 found that the number of snake deaths was due to the impact of the presence of roads. Efforts to resolve road problems were carried out starting in 2010, by establishing communication and coordination with related parties. In 2012, the Kediri district government had even budgeted for the construction of a replacement road in the Paramperhutani production forest channel, but until early 2014, hardening of the road as a replacement road had not been implemented. Coordination with the head of the Kediri Regency Dispodper, head of the KSDA division of the Kediri Regency Forestry and Plantation Office, head of the Highways Division of the Public Works Service, Bapeda and Tilmuspika Puncu concluded that these parties support the preservation of Manggis Gedungan Ca, agreeing to close the road on the condition that there is a solution for the community, namely making a road replacement. After coordinating with related parties, SKWI also asked the community's opinion through a poll of road users in the community of 3 buffer villages, namely Satuk, Manggis and Wanarijo. It turns out that the community does not mind if the road is closed on the condition that there is a replacement road. In addition, as an effort to disseminate road closures, SKWI collaborated with Bonanza Radio and RWS to broadcast the importance of the Manggis Gedungan Ca area. In the midst of various efforts that are being pursued, in Ca Manggis Gedungan there was a natural phenomenon where several trees collapsed which closed the access road. SKWI officers let the wood go. This situation turned out to have led to protests from several community members to the Puncu police, and there were even canned threats in the area in the form of writing on wood which basically wanted to burn the area if the road was closed. SKWI immediately coordinated with Muspika Puncu, sub-district head and police chief to express the residents' desire to get a replacement road, and would ask residents to carry out self-help cleaning of the replacement road. The road cleaning work was carried out well, but the channel could not be traversed properly, due to a layer of sand from the eruption of Mount Kelad and the presence of approximately 100 sengan trees. The community, through 3 buffer village governments, submitted requests for the felling of sengan trees in the replacement road channel. SKWI followed up the road closure by installing portals at the 2 entrances to Ca Manggis Gedungan, and dismantling the road asphalt that divides the area. Until this process, everything was still going well, until in May 2015 when the head of the Puncu sub-district sent a notification of the work on hardening the grooves to Paramperhutani Kph Kediri. On June 1, 2015, the administrator of Paramperhutani Kph Kediri sent a copy of the reply to SKWI Kediri, that the land to be used was a production forest channel, while the replacement road was the use of forest areas for non-forestry development purposes. So that the Perhutani party wants the construction of the road to follow the procedure as stated in the Minister of Forestry Regulation No. page 16/Menhatai/2014 concerning guidelines for borrowing and using forest areas. Communication with Perhutani was again carried out to explain the history of the approval that had been given by the previous Perhutani administrator. In 2011, KPH Kediri agreed to harden the grooves, because the grooves were already functioning as a road for Perhutani, so that the grooves were hardened as an effort to improve the quality of the grooves, and not change the function of the grooves. With the facilitation of the Kediri District Forestry and Plantation Service, the parties agreed to adopt a win-win solution. The parties have agreed that the preservation of the Manggis Kedungkensia is a fixed price. The Kediri Regency government has prepared to implement road hardening, and most importantly, the community really needs a replacement road. With some of these considerations, Perhutani is willing to give approval with the note that the procedure for obtaining the minister's approval is still being followed. The agreement was followed up on October 27, 2015. The parties from Perhutani, Dinas,